It is a pretty morning. And today we're just gonna start our morning off pretty early. Well, not pretty early, it's like 6 right now. And for this vid, I wanted to kind of get out of the house, go on a little walk. So I'm gonna go on a walk. Got my easel. It's winter time, so it's getting a little cold. All right, so we're at this beautiful grass field. I'm gonna prop you guys up. We're up and at 'em early today. I really want to get an upload out. And I want to sit here and just talk to you guys. It's crazy. Life is crazy, you know? I feel like I've been saying a lot too. So I'm gonna try to cut that out. Because when you say things like, kind of I don't want to use the term invalidates, but it takes away from the confidence and certainty of what you just said. So if I were to say that sentence and say, it takes away from the confidence and certainty of what you just said, I'm asking you to affirm that instead of just making my statement. And I was about to say, after. I need to chill with the ums. I posted a community post basically just saying I would love for you guys to comment things you want me to talk about and we discuss, because I want to sit here and basically have conversations with you guys. That's my favorite type of thing to view, to watch. That's what I get the most value out of, is just connecting with you guys and just talking, just chilling, The first thing I want to talk about is long distance relationships. I think that when you hear that word, long distance relationships, or at least for me at one point, it was like, oh, whoa, what are you talking about? What is that? Me personally, I can't speak for people who meet online or meet at a distance and have a long distance relationship, because I'm not that. But what I can speak on is my experience going from meeting my girlfriend in high school, us, being super close, having lots of fun in person, and it was one of those things where we had to make a decision. Okay, are we because we go to separate colleges, hey, are we gonna stick this thing out, or are we gonna break up after summer? And I told her, because I was one of those people where I was like, okay, I don't want to do long distance. Why would I want to do that? I didn't even think it was possible. I was just straight up with her. I was like, I don't want to do long distance. It's not ideal, it's not what I want, but I really like what we have, so I'll give it a shot. I'm really, really glad that I did. I don't regret anything. If anything, I think I would have actually really regretted it if I didn't. And I'm just here to share my take on it. The reason being is because a lot of people my age, from what I've seen, I can't speak for everyone, but from my experience and the people I meet, whenever I tell someone oh yeah, I'm long distance, my girlfriend goes to such and such college, they're like, oh really? You're long distance? Ugh. Or oh, I couldn't do that, this and that. I think a lot of it has to do with sex and physical touch aspect of it, and that's understandable, we're human. But I'm really glad there's always a silver lining. That's one thing, that's the biggest lesson I feel I've learned over these past couple months, is always just looking at things for the silver lining and what could be a benefit from a situation. And I honestly wouldn't have it any other way. Of course I'd want to be with my girlfriend, but to anyone my age, this is basically my take. To anyone my age who this might be the end of your senior year coming up, and you have a significant other, and maybe you think it's just a fling, but okay, you actually really like this person, and you're trying to decide, hey, are we gonna break up because we don't want to continue things, or could we give it a shot? There are a lot of people who don't think that it's possible, and I didn't think it was possible. But what it comes down to is two things. It comes down to your level of trust and your level of commitment. Because I trust her 100%. I have 100% trust for her, one. And two, I'm 100% committed to her. And through her actions and her words, she's shown the exact same thing to me. So it's like, what we've talked about is like, okay, well, if our relationship can last this distance, we can last, because we are cool in person. Like, we vibe in person. We're just spending time together. So when we get reunited in person, things will be easy. I'm not here to say that doing long distance is like easy. Like, it's not easy. I'm not gonna lie. It's not easy. But if you find someone that like you really like or like you love, I would really give it a shot, because at the end of the day, what it is, and I thank God for this. What it is you have to be able to put your lust aside. You have to be able to put all your physical wants and desires aside. You have to put all your lust aside, and what there's only room for is love, true love. And this might sound cliche, this might sound corny, whatever, but it's the facts. When you genuinely caring for a person and wanting things to last with them is what's gonna make that relationship survive over the distance. It's simple as that. So if you find someone you really like, I wouldn't like put it out of the cards and be like, nah, we're not doing that. I would give it a shot, because it's hard, but it's not as hard as you think. I think that a lot of people in my generation are only worried about getting with a bunch of girls, just having fun, and like, of course, have fun, but at some point we need to realize, like, we live in a day and age where like sex is so casual, hookup culture, whatever you want to call it. Everything is so casual, transactional. There's no room for that sort of like vulnerability, intimacy, and there's no room for like some real genuine love. Everyone is only using their eyes, you know? And I won't sit here and say that you can't acknowledge the objective attractiveness of a girl. Of course, that looks get you in the door, right? Your personality is what keeps you in the room. I really appreciate the opportunity that I have being in a long distance relationship, because it is hard, it is. But I just know that our relationship is it is already, but it's gonna continue to be so much stronger because we're in a long distance relationship. We love each other, right? Say over summer before she left, our love was strong, right? But making those calls, sending those texts, still putting in the time and effort over the distance, I think it's fair to say that her and I's bond and her and I's love for each other is the strongest or most it's ever been now, more than ever. And it just has to be that way. It just does, because you have to be committed to one another. You have to trust each other. I'm just blessed enough to have someone who's committed to me just as much as I'm committed to them. I would say give it a shot. It's not gonna be easy, but it's also not as hard as you think. My philosophy is, if you're not dating to marry, you're dating to break up. I'm not bashing on anyone who's like dates for experience or wants to get out there and have fun. But at the end of the day, like, I want to find my rock, you know? I want to find someone that can hold me down, I can hold them down, and we're gonna just do life together. Once you find that person that really gets you and you really get them, there's just something that's just undeniable about that connection that you build, and you can't get that anywhere else. And it's something you really start to appreciate. Obviously, do I want to see her all the time, this and that? Yeah, of course. But when I really think about it, I wouldn't have things any other way. Because I as a man, have to put my lust aside. I have to put my physical wants and desires aside. I have to be okay with not seeing her here with me, right? I have to say, you know what? I genuinely love her for who she is. I genuinely love her and respect her, to the point where I'm gonna stay with her, communicate with her, trust her, commit to her, go the distance, literally and figuratively, with her. I'm really glad to say, like, obviously I can't speak for everyone's situation, everyone's different, but we're doing pretty good. Like, obviously we have our days, not every day is great, but regardless of if you're long distance or not, that's just how it's gonna be. You always have your days. It's not easy, but again, it's not as hard as we think. It's like a trial. I don't know about you guys, but me personally, I'm a believer in God. That's a big thing for me. I feel like he put my girlfriend, her name is Mallory, so I'll just say Mallory. He put Mallory in my life at a very specific time. It was a time where I really wasn't looking for anything. I think that's the beauty in it. A lot of people my age are really seeking, a lot of guys my age, even girls too, but anyone, is really just seeking that, and they chase after it. It's like a butterfly or like a cat. Like you chase it and it will just move away. But if you wait for it to come to you, I really wasn't like, this is kind of like a story time at this point, but I really wasn't even like looking for anything. I really wasn't. And she just fell into my lap. Like just this random girl in my English class, peer over, glance at her. I'm like, she's cute. Thought nothing of it. And like things just started to progress. I'll save that lore for another day. But I just have nothing but appreciation. Like I feel that she's truly a blessing to me. I've prayed really hard about it. You know, I've talked to God. And I feel like my duty in it, or like my attitude toward it is, okay, she's really a blessing, right? So for me to not at least try to like do the distance with her and actually commit would be me like squandering that blessing. Because any of you guys with significant others out there, you would say the same thing. Like, they're just the best person ever. They're your best friend. They're your favorite guy or girl to be around. You know, they make you laugh, you make them laugh. It's always a good time. And so I knew in my heart, I was like, dang, this is really a blessing. Like, the big man really blessed me. So I'm gonna go through this trial. I'm gonna go through this time because I'm earning it. I feel like I'm really putting the work in with her. And it really builds more foundation for our relationship. Like, I'm nothing but appreciative. You know, speaking of building, one thing that I've also learned throughout the past like couple months to a year is just that God lets a lot of things happen in our life. He lets a lot of things happen in our life. And it's easy for us to say, well, you know, why is this happening to me? This and that. Why me? Why me? Right? And look, I'm not perfect, you know? So I, of course, could be asking the same question. But just one thing that I've learned is instead of asking the why, ask the what. Ask yourself, what could I be learning from this? Or the how. How can I improve? And it might sound basic, it might sound cliche, but the fact of the matter is, God lets certain things happen in our life so we can grow from it. When we pray and we ask the Lord, you know, give us your strength, give us your wisdom, give us your courage, right? Are there days where he might bless you and make it easy? Yes, but what I've learned is that a lot of the blessings, they don't look the way I think they would, right? So if I ask the Lord for strength, he's gonna give me a challenge to overcome, right? If I ask the Lord for wisdom, he's gonna give me a problem to solve. He's not going to change your situation for you. Instead, what's changing is you. Your environment's not changing, you're changing in your environment, and you're growing. That's just the best way to look at it. Once you take that lens, there's really nothing that can stop you, I feel like. The fact of the matter is, and one of the reasons why I even make this channel is like, I just want to live my life always seeking growth. Because we know like no one is perfect, right? There's always room for improvement. I want to be able to grow every day. And if that means I make a video, if that means that's me staying consistent with my gym and with my diet, or whatever that means, and it could mean something different for everyone. But whatever that means, I just want to do it. You know, we're all on our own journeys. We're all going at our own pace. All just living life. It's crazy. Like, I'm gonna kind of yap here for a second. kind of just taking everything in. Like, I never thought I'd really be in this position. I've always grown up. I feel like everyone kind of grows up a kid, at least my age, grows up a kid, watches YouTube, be like, dang, I want to be a YouTuber. I don't even really like want to be a YouTuber. I just want to like document my life. I never thought like I would be sitting here doing this, you know? I never thought I'd really pull the trigger. And I want to thank you guys. Like, I really want to genuinely thank you guys for your support. The past couple vids I posted, like, I know they're pretty short. I'm not really heavy on like big editing or anything. I don't want to make videos that are going to beg for your attention. You're going to pay attention or you're not. At the end of the day, I want to connect with you on a human level. I'm not going to put any crazy clickbait title or like, voice crack, any clickbait title or any like crazy thumbnail. Like, I'm just going to do me. The sun's rising. It's bright outside now. I just hear these birds chirping and I just think, damn. Like, I'm really just out here. Like, I'm really just living life. I'm just doing my thing, man. I want to thank you guys for the support. Seeing some of you guys' comments and just that my videos like getting views, like it seems like everything is getting really well received. And I'm just really appreciative of you guys. Like, some of you guys are commenting, some of you guys are even liking. Like, I'm not here to ask for likes, but I really appreciate it, you know? On that note, I of course want to keep like discussing topics, like I said. Like, I just want to sit here and talk to you guys and really just like dig deep. I would love to interact with you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you guys are in long distance relationships, if you guys have never considered long distance relationships, if you guys need any advice. I don't think I'm necessarily the best person to give advice, but like, unless someone's lived a full life and has had lots of experiences, who really is the best person to give advice, you know? Anyways, guys, thank you for so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I know this one's probably gonna be a longer one. I'm kind of just talking a lot, but thank you guys a lot for watching, hearing what I have to say. Let me know down in the comments any feedback. I'm open to all feedback. What do you guys want to talk about next? Let me know in the comments. What do you guys want to talk about next? Anyways, guys, I'm out of this piece. Damn, I should not have done that. All right, guys. Peace out, guys.